Okay, so apparently there is a congressman from California who's trying to push or is supporting a bill that would make 32 hours the new work week and make it federal law. And he claims that no one would lose any money. So it'd be same pay, 32 hours. Now, he claims it's because he's trying to make people happy. Thinks it'd be great. He think it'd be, and then according to this, he says supporters say a shortened week would push businesses to hire more people, increase labor market participation, and create healthier competition in the workplace that empowers workers to negotiate better wages and working conditions, according to that Mark DeCano's team. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you think this could ever work? A lot of people I see in the comment section saying this would never work. But what are your thoughts?
This wouldn't work for small businesses, would it?
I was going to say, us getting the same pay wouldn't work, I feel like.
Well, yes and no. You're right. Also, increasing somebody's productivity 25%, right? Go from 4 to 5 days, yeah. So it's like a 25% increase in productivity, which is some jobs really easy to measure, some jobs harder to measure. The argument could be made, like when we do those contests here, right? You could make car shows real fast. It's not sustainable, but you could make them that fast. Yeah. And if people were either more motivated, more rested, happier, some version of that, that maybe they could consistently be 25% more productive with one extra day off a week. Maybe not.
See, being said like that actually makes sense because I've read all these articles or whatever, them talking about it and explaining it, and none of them explain that. None of them, they just say that you will make the same amount of money, and then does not explain that. Because I'm thinking like, okay, there's too many people are already living paycheck to paycheck on a 40-hour work week. How does only working 32 hours a week, how would that help? I feel like that would make, and then you're not even talking about like school, how long kids are in school. What I feel like there's just a lot that I don't understand.
A lot of this country is built on the 5-day work week. Not everything, but a lot of it. And that would be something people with kids would be, because there's a talk sometimes to the same concept of like 4-day school weeks. And that might save other money. People that are hired more hourly, whatever, there'd be some trade-off with that. But then parents are dealing with the kid off one extra day a week, which for some is really easy, some is much more challenging. I don't think it really has much of a chance to pass.
Yeah.
But productivity is a hard thing to measure.
I don't think like Kelly said, I don't think that would really help out small businesses, and I don't think that would really help out with the labor shortage. I just don't see that because okay, maybe there's more people working, but they're working less and making less.
I think unemployment is low as it is now, and a lot of companies have a hard time finding workers. So I'm not sure increasing the demand for workers. It sounds like it would, and maybe if there's a higher, I guess maybe long tail. If there's a higher demand for workers, companies are desperate. In theory, they could start paying more. Yeah, which might domino that into that perhaps.
They're having
Desperation.
Trouble hiring people because everything starts at $12 an hour.
Yeah.
How are you gonna live off $12 an hour?
Yeah.
In this state.
Yeah.
I just said a number. I'm just saying that's why people aren't hiring people.
I feel like now if you want to have a 4-day work week and say you're working 10 hours a day, like the 410s like we used to do, I feel like that makes more sense because there are longer days, but it's the same amount of pay, and then so a lot of people it is nice having that 5th day of the week off or whatever. That is a business day because then it's great for doctor's appointments. It's good for errands and going to school to visit with your.
That's the only bad part of a 9 to 5 job is
Monday through
everything
Friday.
closes when you work.
And then also the 40-hour work week is not necessarily mandatory either already because you can get jobs part-time.
Oh yeah.
That will give you about 25 to 30 hours. If that's all you need, great. Like you can find jobs that will give you that many hours already. So no one's saying that it's either got to be like you either got to work 4 to 8 every night or you got to work 40 hours. Like you can already work in between that. Like I don't think you should make it law to where every company just has to give you 32 hours full time. I mean,
That's an awful strong arm kind of move.
especially when the option is already there.
Mhm.
A lot of people, if you're working 40-hour week and you're working full time, it's probably because you need that. That's
probably
my take on it. But you guys might disagree.
So if you worked anything more than 32 hours, is that overtime too?
If that's what they were saying. Yeah, if you work more than 32, that would be the new overtime. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like because now a lot of employers, they don't want to give you overtime, so it would like a lot of places it stops at 40. So if 32 is the new full time, it would stop at 32.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, now what you said. Now if they value more time, efficient, how much you get done in a little bit of time, they might pay more for that. But
Just paying somebody time and a half is probably cheaper than paying two of something.
yeah, so that makes sense. I just feel like there's just so many things that I just don't know if it's really necessary, and I don't know. I don't think it will work.
You can't get Congress to agree on anything. I bet you couldn't get like 60% of Congress to agree that puppies are cute.
Yeah,
You're always gonna have the ones that are adamant they're not cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to be obstinate.
hmm and I'm like most people. Like sometimes like Mondays are just like but if you start getting every Monday off, then Tuesdays become the new Monday.
I was
Yeah,
sitting
you
on that
see-
joke for like 2 years.
I
No one
don't
even
agree.
reacted to it.
I didn't agree. I
Reacted.
don't
Your
agree with
puppies are
that.
cute.
Yeah.
No, because when I worked
Mm.
the 4 days and I had Monday off, Tuesday didn't feel like a Monday to me.
Mhm.
It didn't feel like that typical Monday. I had the 3
Yeah,
the 3 whole days off.
yeah,
By the time it was, like nowadays, there's some days I'll talk
Mhm.
to Kayla and be like, on
Yeah.
Discord or something like, how is it already Sunday night? Like, what?
hmm
When you have that whole extra day, to me personally, I did
Yeah.
it for like 2 years too.
There's a lot.
Mhm.
I didn't have that Monday feeling on
And
Tuesday.
see, me, I had Fridays, and having Fridays off was awesome because it was I don't know because I was able to get everything done, and also
It kickstarts the weekend.
you get time to yourself too, which a lot of is pretty I don't know an underestimated or undervalued thing. I feel like by a lot of people. Like me, I had time. Like if I wanted to go eat somewhere, I could. That was,
Hokkaido, Captain D.
if it was it was by myself. But you know what? It was time. It was like maybe it was good for my mental health at the time. I don't know.
I just don't know how you're gonna get paid the same. I mean, okay, some jobs maybe because your salary, and then that's like the negotiation with your employer. But what about people who work hourly?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
how-
And like I said, like I've read a bunch of articles on the Fox, whatever. They were explaining the bill and everything, and then they kept saying that you would make the same amount of money, but nowhere did it say how. I did not.
Some jobs
You're the only
probably
person
could.
that really explained
Well, I
it.
would say yeah, because some jobs you could make the argument that if people were motivated, they could be 25% more productive on every day
Mhm.
because you take a faster step, you move a little faster. Some jobs, like you're a pizza delivery person, I'm not sure you can do 25% more productivity in the same amount of shift.
Yeah,
I'm not sure you could,
yeah,
and that's just 2 random examples, or I guess we'll do 1 random example.
yeah, yeah. I don't know.
I'd take it if it was there, I guess.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think anybody would. I think we're not arguing that would be sweet to
Yeah.
work less
32
and have
hours,
this.
same pay.
Like yeah, but
I mean,
But the reality is, it's not like that's not really the reality. I mean, maybe it is. I could be wrong, but
Isn't there? Doesn't Europe have
Mhm.
shorter work weeks?
Yeah, they did.
3 day week.
there is in this same article that I wrote or that I read earlier. They're saying that they did try this with 6,000 employees in the UK. They did it over a span of 6 months or whatever, and then they did it with the 900 additional employees in the US and Ireland, and so they all loved it, and none of them are going back.
I think they have mandatory vacation too.
They said-
outside of
They said somehow,
Europe? Oh, it's insane.
yeah.
If you had to name any 3 countries that were economic powerhouses in the world, what would you say?
Actually, U.S. would definitely be one.
Okay.
U.S.
I don't
I
know. I
was
don't know
like,
where.
this ain't my degree.
China.
Yeah.
say that one
China.
Do you think any of them have 32-hour work weeks?
No.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a
Which-
correlation.
yeah.
They don't.
Right or
Like,
wrong, it's a
Mhm.
correlation.
Aren't the Asian countries known for working
Mm-hmm.
an insane amount of
You're not
hours?
going to outwork an Asian
They
person.
also
Nope.
hate their life when they started,
True,
but-
they do.
Yeah.
But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, isn't that their norm? I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm just saying, isn't their norm to work?
Yeah, but falling asleep at work and falling asleep on the sidewalks and on the subways, drinking themselves into oblivion.
Mhm.
That's
seem-
not a way to live either. I don't
Yeah.
think. But
Yeah.
economic standards or powerhouses, as Tyler asked, aren't they? Don't
Mm.
China, Japan, and us? Don't we kind of the U.S. kind
And,
of rule the
I
world?
would say, too, that there's, for all the flaws this country has, there's an awful lot of more upward mobility options than most other countries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So, and then, like, not from a worker perspective, but from a customer, like, that could make like shorter hours of operation to other things. Like now, your restaurant used to be open. Your favorite restaurant used to be open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Now it's suddenly only open from say 2 p.m. to 10. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that would bother me as much because I don't know. I feel like there's places that are for lunch and there's places for dinner. So I don't
Or
think.
closed on that one day a week.
Yeah. Or and there are a lot of restaurants that are.
Since the pandemic, it's a lot more
Yeah.
common.
A lot of places around here are closed on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So
Hairdresser hours.
yeah. So I mean that part wouldn't bother. I've seen people
Bakeries, too.
Yeah.
like be concerned about like, oh, what if all these places close? Where am I going to go shop and stuff? And like,
You would get over it.
yeah,
You would just change. You would
You
just
would
learn to
adapt.
get over
Right.
it. Yeah, you'd adapt.
yeah, I don't.
If your store's not open on Sunday, you don't go there on Sunday.
Yeah,
You go
if it
Saturday.
doesn't, and I
Chick-fil-A.
yeah, because I don't think a place's hours makes me decide if I want to shop there or not. All I do is just look at, oh, when is it available? Then I'm going to go there when it's available. That's the only thing that happens. I don't say like, oh, they're not open at 9
You're
a.m.
never gonna go
I'm
there.
never going there. No,
You're gonna adapt.
yeah.
You're right.
But I don't know. So is anyone? I mean, it's not that I appreciate that they're trying something because like just because older generations did it and then that's how they did it and it worked for them, that doesn't mean that has to be for everybody for younger generations. I feel like we should always try to reinvent the wheel a little bit. I like that, but I don't think this will ever work though.
I was like, it won't happen.
It seems like a long shot.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
too many unknowns.
Yeah, I feel like we'll get daylight savings permanent before this would happen. Hopefully.
That failed, by the way.
What
Everybody see that?
what are your thoughts, Josh?
I'm not smart enough to know how it would work or anything. I just don't see it happening. There's just too much stuff that's already put into place to change it.
Exactly. Well said. All right. Well, there we have it.
And you found a lot, like Microsoft